In this video, I'm going to cover 3 free chatbots that you can use to create designs for print on demand or digital downloads. And the 3 that I'm going to be covering is ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, and Google Gemini. They're all free. You can just sign up with an email, and then you can type into the prompt an image that you would like created. Now, you may have heard a lot about ChatGPT in the news, but maybe not so much about Microsoft Copilot and Google Gemini. So I'm going to break down the positives and the negatives of each of them. You can sign up for all 3. They're all free, but which one's the best? Let's jump in. Okay, the first thing that we're going to cover is a simple prompt. So I'm going to type in the same prompt into all 3 chatbots. Okay, so what I've typed in is create an illustration of a clown. Now, this is very simple. And so when I click go in ChatGPT, I could get back a vintage illustration or a cartoon illustration, a sticker illustration. And if you were to run this multiple times, if you run this exact same prompt, you might get a completely different output than what I've got. But the test here is, does ChatGPT recognize simple language and can it create an illustration of an actual clown, or will it be something else? Okay, and here's the result on ChatGPT. I really, really like the way ChatGPT stylistically creates images. They usually look vintage. They have very clean inking lines. I have a comic book background, and so I really enjoy these thick black lines. And I didn't ask for it to do this. It just seems to be the default. I just love, love, love the way ChatGPT cranks out images. So I will say the AI on ChatGPT is amazing. Now, to download this, just go down to the bottom left and you'll see a little download button, and you can download the image for your use. All right, let's do the same thing here with Microsoft Copilot. Create an illustration of a clown. And now you'll see here, Copilot gives us prompts. It's trying to be helpful right out of the gates with it autocomplete. So that's kind of cool. And then you've also got a thing here where you can do quick response, think deeper, and then hand off everyday tasks. So that's a nice feature as well. I'm just going to default it here to quick response, and we'll click go. One thing I like about Microsoft Copilot is the style of just the response is really nice. It's quite playful, it's quite positive, and then you can see down below now we're starting to create a whimsical clown illustration. Okay, and the output in Microsoft Copilot's pretty nice too. This is like almost a watercolor painting of a clown. It's not a clean line the way ChatGPT is, but that's okay. It's nice to have different options when you're creating artwork, and this is just a completely different style, which is really great. On Google Gemini, which is owned, of course, by Google, I'm going to type in the exact same prompt, create an illustration of a clown, and we'll click go. I find overall Google Gemini is probably the fastest for generating images. ChatGPT is pretty slow, and Copilot's a little bit faster, but not a whole lot faster. Okay, and we can see here is the illustration of a clown. Now again, this is personal preference, so you might look at this and think this is a fantastic image. You could certainly use this for a sticker. The problem I have with Google Gemini and a lot of AI generators, you'll notice the hands have too many fingers. There's 2 thumbs on each hand. No offense to anyone that has a biological deformity, but this is not exactly what I wanted when I'm asking for a clown design. So I'm not saying it's a complete fail. You could run this 10 times and maybe 9 times out of 10 it would be fine. But in this case, you'll see this is not uncommon when you're creating very simple images. Sometimes the AI just misses for whatever reason. Next up, let's take a look at modifying the image that we just created. So here in ChatGPT, we've got the beautiful clown image. And what I'm going to do here is change it somehow. So I'm going to type in, give him more balloons, a bigger hat, and change the outfit color to blue. Now I've purposely made this vague. I haven't said how many more balloons. I haven't said how much bigger of a hat. And then I did give it a specific instruction of changing the color to blue. So we'll see if that works for ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT has given us a new design. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balloons. The old one had 3 balloons. And we've got a blue outfit now. And we've got a slightly bigger hat. So I will say ChatGPT does an excellent job of listening to your prompts, and it's kept almost the exact same style as before. So overall, ChatGPT, I think, has the most superior AI in terms of actual content creation. It does take the longest, but if time is a currency, you certainly get what you pay for. Okay, let's do the same prompt here in Microsoft Copilot. Now, this image does not have balloons, but that's okay. Let's challenge the AI here to see what we can do. So again, I really like Microsoft Copilot's prompting. They kind of confirm the ask here, right? They say, okay, here's what we're going to do: an oversized hat, a stylish blue outfit. And I love the positivity. I know it's not a real person or anything like that, but it just makes generating images pretty fun. Okay, and Microsoft Copilot here has added in balloons, has changed the outfit to blue, and has actually given the clown a pretty big hat. So we can see here the hat before, the hat after. And it's really done a good job, I think, of keeping the original style of the image. This was originally an old watercolor vintage feel. And we can see the new image also has that vintage feel. In fact, the face is strikingly similar. So you can create variants of images pretty easily inside of Microsoft Copilot if you're selling bundles of designs, for example. All right, now we're in Google Gemini, and we'll do the exact same quote here: more balloons, a bigger hat, and we'll change the outfit. I'd say overall that Gemini is definitely the fastest of the three, but the images can really range. Okay, so Gemini has given us a completely different image now. And one thing I don't like about Google Gemini is the style of image at the top and the style of the image at the bottom. They're completely different. This one's got a background, a photograph more than an illustration. The tie is completely different, even though I didn't ask it to be changed. So it completely rewrites it from scratch. It doesn't really remember the old image to the new image, as well as some of the other AI platforms. Next up, let's challenge the AI with complex prompts. So here's a very long prompt: a vintage illustration of a 16th century knight that's very specific, riding a penny farthing. Now you'll note I don't say vintage bicycle, which is what a penny farthing is. So I want to know if the AI recognizes what that term even means. And I'm also going to put him in the middle of modern day Times Square. I don't say where Times Square is located. I also indicate primary colors being red and black. And I want words, text down at the bottom, and I want it specified to be in retro vintage font, which is vague enough that it needs to make a decision, but specific enough that we need to see what the AI can come up with. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT came up with. Do we have a vintage illustration? We certainly do. Times Square at night, we have that. It actually looks like Times Square. It is a penny farthing. It is a knight. Only thing I'm not wild about is there's this weird spear here off to the side that doesn't seem to be connected to anything, but that's pretty small potatoes in terms of complaints. I'm actually really happy with the way this design looks overall. So I'd say ChatGPT definitely passed the test. It's not perfect, but you could always modify it by asking ChatGPT to remove the spear or the lance, for example. Okay, Microsoft Copilot, same challenge. Let's see what we can do here. Now, what I like on Microsoft Copilot is it's actually acknowledging that the knight is out of time. And I don't know that that's going to really help us render a better picture, but it's kind of cool that it seems to understand the context of what I'm asking, not just the words independent of the overall context. Kind of cool. Okay, and Microsoft Copilot has actually given me back a great looking image of a knight on a penny farthing, and it is red and black. Now, if you're thinking this might look very similar to the ChatGPT image, it could be because I've asked for this to be red and black, and so often that will tell us that this looks very similar. But I will say, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a ridiculous image, but I love it. Now, the one thing I will say is if I were to sell this or use this in print on demand or digital downloads, I would remove the Coca-Cola trademark just because that's not something that I want to get into trouble with from the legal lawyers over at Coca-Cola. But overall, I absolutely love this print. What a very cool image. Well done, Microsoft Copilot. Okay, and we're going to go over here to Google Gemini and we're going to type in the exact same prompt. I have to admit, I don't have high hopes for this. Okay, and Google Gemini replied back in about 10 seconds, and we can see here, this is a knight on a penny farthing in modern day Times Square. I have to say, I am absolutely gobsmacked that Gemini got this correct. Now, one thing that you'll notice with AI is it struggles with words in images. You'll notice like this is not a word here, and these are not words. Just be aware that if you've got something like billboards in the background, it may look strange. The other thing that's just kind of odd is the knight is about 15 feet tall versus people down below. So that's a bit interesting. It doesn't seem to understand that this is a human being. But overall, it's not bad. One big downside to Google Gemini is that if you have a dark image like this one, you'll notice at the bottom, there's an AI watermark. It doesn't show up all the time if you have a white background or a clear background, but this can be annoying when you're trying to make prints for sale or for even personal use. But removing a watermark does take time and energy. So just be aware if you're creating with Google Gemini, watch out for that little watermark. It's down in the bottom right-hand side. The last test involves modifying an existing photograph or illustration. So I'm in ChatGPT. What I'm going to do now is select this little plus button right here, add photos and files. Then I can add one right from my computer. Okay, I've uploaded a picture of the Mona Lisa, and my prompt is pretty simple. Change this into a gray tabby cat wearing sunglasses. And with my apologies to Leonardo da Vinci, let's see what ChatGPT can do to this masterpiece. Okay, and ChatGPT has come back with a gray tabby cat wearing sunglasses. Pretty hilarious. I actually ran this twice just to see the range of it. We can see this is slightly different. You can actually see the eyes on this one, whereas on the first time I ran it, slightly different. You'll see there's also a slight, I don't want to call it a tear, but there's a little bit of a distressed piece here. And on this one, it's also there. So it's reading the same background, or at least it's generating the same background. Very similar images. It's interesting that the sunglasses are different, but everything else is almost identical. Overall, very well done. Okay, and inside of Microsoft Copilot, I can do something very similar here. There's a little plus button over on the right-hand side, and I can upload a file. So here I've uploaded the Mona Lisa, change this into a gray tabby cat wearing sunglasses, and I'll click go. Microsoft Copilot acknowledges what we're trying to do here and is going to add some feline flair. Okay, and we can see here, this is a pretty decent image of a cat that looks like the Mona Lisa. The only thing I don't like about it compared to ChatGPT, ChatGPT gave us kitty hands, which makes sense because this is a cat. Microsoft Copilot, on the other hand, gave us human hands, but changed the face to a cat. So I would say that's a fail overall. It's a decent image, but if you were going to use this, I would suggest you crop it. Okay, let's take a look here at Google Gemini. I'm going to click the little plus button. I'm going to upload a file, and I'm going to type in the exact same prompt, gray tabby with sunglasses. And you can see here with Google Gemini, it's a complete fail. It says it cannot change this image, and it's still learning. So it might change in the future. At the time of this recording, though, Google Gemini just flamed out and said can't do it. Okay, so what's my favorite? I think overall, I like ChatGPT's engine the best. However, the biggest downside to ChatGPT is you get limited number of images, about 3 or 4, maybe 5 if you're lucky, per 24-hour period. Microsoft Copilot is a very effective free alternative, and you can create unlimited, at least as far as I know, unlimited images. And I like the interface quite a bit. I like the positive attitude, and it seems to be a very robust chat AI. Gemini, I would say, is the weakest of the three. It's the quickest. It's free. It's tied to your Gmail account or your Google account, so that's easy. But I will say it's probably the weakest of all the AI generators. But it might get better over time, as I'm sure all of them will. I really hope you found this video walkthrough helpful. I really enjoy using AI. I think it's kind of fun. Here's another video where you can have some fun in this crazy world of AI. Thanks for watching.